shit. Yo, 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 we're back. Guys, we are back. Guys, if you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Cal Culture Radio. Hakeem, Jordan, what's cracking like and what's cracking like and what is cracking like it?
Man, you know we back at it, trying to live it again, get back with it.
Absolutely, man. It's another Wednesday during the week. About to get in as we always do. So let's go, let's get it.
Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow us so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Tucked Up Wednesday. It is Wednesday evening, guys, so thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. And you know, we always get such a shout out to those that always take out their time to tune in to the show. So, you know, we got a lot of things to talk about, especially when it comes to aspect of sports. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of sports news, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's get it and jump into some NBA action. We're going to talk about Kawhi Leonard. So I've been ready on the Bleacher Report when it comes to this year that the Los Angeles Clippers are done building around him. You know, he's been with the Clippers ever since 2020 once he won a championship with Toronto Raptors and went to LA Clippers and got to trade with Paul George, that type of things. And if you guys don't know, it's been over about a couple weeks ago that was a scandal coming out against Kawhi Leonard and also the owner, the LA Clippers owner, and that got a bit up into the rise into the league that is getting so bad that it goes by Kawhi Leonard was taking some money for not doing anything, being involved into an investment firm that he went into, and it gets kind of tricky, and it's basically he's getting paid right behind the cap of the NBA cap. So meaning what I mean by that is that he went to this investment firm, which I think the owner was in, and they kind of paid him behind the NBA cap, which will be wrong. It'll be against the law, against the NBA rules. So a lot of things coming up against Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. And the thing is, the team might get fined, and also the owner and Kawhi might be fined if this scandal is true. So we do have a clip for you guys. So go ahead, I can play the clip, and then after that, we chop it up.
This right here?
The second one, I'm sorry. It's the second clip.
At the center of the NBA's biggest money scandal ever. Here's the $28 million story. Kawhi allegedly signed a $28 million deal with a company called Aspiration. But what's sus is that reports say he barely had to do any work. Why does that matter? Because Aspiration is linked to Clippers owner Steve Ballmer. The NBA is investigating whether this was a sneaky way to pay Kawhi off the books and dodge the salary cap. If true, the Clippers could face fines, lost draft picks, and major penalties. Ballmer says he was misled, and Kawhi's camp has stayed quiet. This could be one of the biggest scandals in NBA history. Do you think it's legit or just hype? Comment below and hit subscribe for updates.
Yeah, so like I was saying, the NBA is still investigating this, so this could be a big thing. But when it all comes to Kawhi being with the Clippers, most of the time he's really been hurt, and that kind of hurt them receiving the championship. And it's looked like the window is kind of closing up. They'll try to catch a championship. So I'm gonna go with you, Ronnie, man. What's your take about the scandal or the LA Clippers in general with Kawhi Leonard, him being hurt and trying to win a championship?
Yeah, this right here is not really good news for the LA Clippers because, of course, you're not allowed to do something like that. This is totally unacceptable, especially when it comes to aspect of the NBA and their policy. You're not supposed to pay any player underneath the table. Now, this might hurt their chance of getting a championship because if this is found out, Kawhi Leonard could end up losing his contract deal. He might be able to, not only that, but also be suspended for the rest of the season. So hopefully this rumor, okay, it's a rumor, it's not confirmed, it's true or not, that this is going on in the LA Clipper locker room. But shame on the person that's paying them underneath the table. See, this is why a lot of people don't really trust a lot of these basketball players because some of them are getting paid underneath the table. But if this is going on within the league, this is not good at all, at all. So, Akeem, your thoughts on it?
For me, I don't see nothing wrong with this. I think these guys are playing extreme. These guys are extreme. A lot of these guys beat their bodies up. I think they deserve every penny. Um, I don't know if you call that money laundering. These guys don't get paid enough anyway.
I
Because
think it is money. I
Kawhi,
think it is money laundering. I think it is.
hey, but Kawhi's already been on injured reserve. He ain't no good either. Pay that man and let him retire.
Yeah, when it comes to this, remember, guys, before he went to join the Clippers, his uncle Dennis, was trying to find when it comes to him staying with Toronto or staying with the Clippers, could get a like an exclusive type of person for Kawhi Leonard and everything. And so with this scandal, this probably did happen once he got signed with the Clippers and everything. So like I said, NBA still investigating. We don't know the details and everything, but it kind of shows that, even though Kawhi is a superstar, Stephen A say this. He said he's the only superstar who never really, market the team, because we don't see him with commercials or all that type of stuff like Lakers, like a LeBron or a Luka, really branded their team and everything. And so now with this scandal and everything, if it's true and everything, it just shows that, inside when it comes to contracts and everything and how, players want the super exclusive things. And if he does got there something under the table that's right behind the back of the league, I think, you should be fine for that and everything because you don't hear a lot of LeBron doing that, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, and all the top players do anything like that. So if Clippers are doing something illegal, under the league, they should definitely be fine and everything. And also one thing, ever since Kawhi got into, to the Clippers, it's just been a failure, because he was signed there to bring a championship. Even though he had injuries, all that type of things, it kind of to me, this is kind of the last year. After this, it was I guess for the Los Angeles Clippers, it was a failure for signing Kawhi Leonard because he was supposed to take you guys to win at least one championship.
That's absolutely correct. Shout out to White Hat that's in the building. Said criminals are laundering money through the athletes. That's probably true too as well. Shout out to True Enough Fraser. What up? He said, "What's up, my brethren?" White Hat Shoe says, "Running. This is not player. It's dirty owners. It is dirty owner." And shout out to Aiden, a new subscriber. Hey, he said, "Yo." Shout out to you, big dog. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Move along to money. Money makes our pockets fat. It really do. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news, big dog?
Let's get into it. So this is something big when it comes to our economy. We're going to talk about, since Trump is doing his tariffs, the Supreme Court have gotten into this and they're doing a case on it and everything. And so, and the Supreme Court going to see, if Trump is doing is valid or is it invalid that he's not doing the right thing. And but the thing is, if the Supreme Court deemed this wrong, this could be, kind of devastating when it comes to the economy, when it comes to the tariffs and everything. Because if that's the case, there's money that, we got, might be money that we owe other countries if, the Supreme Court got this invalid of Trump's doing the tariffs and everything. So we do have a clip. So how can you play the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds? And after that, we'll chop it up.
The Supreme Court has fast-tracked a case that will decide whether President Trump has the legal authority to impose sweeping tariffs, a crucial issue that could redefine presidential power over trade and economic policy.
We have a big case brought by foreign governments because the foreign governments have been ripping us off for years, and it's now in the Supreme Court. That case is really important to win. because it's made us a rich country. And frankly, this economy, if we win the tariff case, which we should on the legal merits, but on common sense merit, we would have to give back trillions of dollars
to these countries.
What do you imagine?
All those deals.
We would have to give back trillions and trillions of dollars because we got it because of tariffs. That case is one of the most important cases in the history of our country.
Joining us now, Forbes Media Chairman and Editor-in-Chief, Steve Forbes. Steve, thanks for being with us. Dave and I were so glad that you were here on this topic because it's really complicated. You know, I was shocked at how fast the Supreme Court responded to this. They really jumped in. They're getting it on the docket. They're going to really be talking about this in November. But this presents a large issue in terms of the dollars. And of course, the president's attorneys saying they could bring us to the brink of economic catastrophe were the Supreme Court to decide that these tariffs have to be done away with. What could be the impact?
Well, first of all, a tariff is a tax, and removing a tax is not a catastrophe. In terms of the Supreme Court, what I think they'll decide is, no, the Constitution's very clear. Taxes have to be passed by Congress. If it's an emergency, you can only do it for a few months, as Nixon did in 1971, put in tariffs, but they were going in a few months. The president made it clear a lot of these tariffs he wants forever. And so in terms, I think what the Supreme Court will do, however, is say that because this issue wasn't decided years ago when the president's first term, Biden kept these tariffs in. Therefore, they're not going to try to have refunds for the tariffs already collected.
That's trillions of dollars.
Well, but it's hundreds of billions. But the fact of the matter is, they can say that was done in the past. We're looking to the future. And by the way, the Supreme Court's made big decisions in the past. Back in the 1930s, the cornerstone of Franklin Roosevelt's fight against the Great Depression was something called the National Recovery Administration, sweeping controls over the economy. 2 years later, the Supreme Court unanimously threw it out, said it's unconstitutional. Roosevelt went bonkers, but the Supreme Court prevailed.
Interesting.
There's another part of this, though, and this is, I'm not for an activist Supreme Court, but when it comes to the executive branch and the determination of what is an emergency, let's face it, $37 trillion in debt has a real world effect on the American economy, on the American people. We're not talking about some separation between Wall Street and Main Street, and the executive does carry certain powers in the interest of the nation. It's one of the reasons we elect a president.
Well, but the Constitution defines what those powers are. And if and there are statutes already on the book which the president has used to put on tariffs in specific cases. They've been on for years, and he's used them very aggressively. And in terms of the tariffs themselves, the kind he's been imposing, what he's going to have.
So there you have it. So like I said, this is a big case when it comes to, you know, Trump doing these tariffs and everything, and you know it could have a big effect on the economy. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
So people gotta understand when it comes to aspect of these tariffs, terror is a big part of the United States income, because remember they are projecting us earning about $3.1 trillion by 2034 in tariffs. So right now, currently in a couple of several months now, we've been getting billions of dollars of tariffs due to the fact of him increasing a lot of these percentages on certain countries. So the tariff factor is working, like President Trump stated. We just as a country, the Supreme Court gotta understand something. If you pull back on some of these tariff negotiations and say, hey, no, we gotta do things the way we used to do things in the past, United States not gonna really benefit as much they have benefit now. So I think the way Trump is doing it, I think he's doing it the right way. Now are we seeing the effects of it? Yes, because some people not getting their certain goods from certain countries to certain negotiations that finally finalized. But at the same time, it's going to benefit us as American people as a whole. So hopefully the Supreme Court still stand with Donald Trump stands when it comes to aspect of these tariffs and try to not too much intervene. Go ahead, Akeem.
The main reason Donald Trump is using his tariffs to bring down the deficit with $37 trillion in debt. This debt has been carried on for literally over 20 years, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger with each presidency. So this is a tool to bring the debt down. Now, I do believe we should keep the tariffs in place, regardless of their taxes. The problem is America just like cheap stuff. And the fact that we like cheap stuff, you know what I mean? You're not going and you want to keep it cheap, but then we're going to get into more debt because we're giving subsidies to these countries so they can give us cheap stuff while their economy gets bigger, ours are shrinking. So no, if you want the biggest spenders in the world, you're going to have to pay. And that's all that has to come down to.
Yeah, when it comes to this, I'm very interested. You know, I'm definitely gonna be watching. You know, definitely do my research and look up what the Supreme Court is going to say. But you know, what Trump's doing right now, he believes this is the right way. You know, when it comes to goods from other countries and also in our countries, is to we got to for us we got to pay a little more to come pay a little more when it comes to your goods coming in into the United States, and also we are Ronnie was right. We are feels the type of effects on it. When I try to buy my wife some things, and I see there's a tariff percentages on there and everything. So yeah, for me, I'm definitely just can't wait to see what the results was. But if the Supreme Court denied this, it's like try to go with the old ways. The old ways don't work. We're in the present. We try to want the future. We got to try something different. So Trump's trying to do what he thinks is best for the economy. And if the Supreme Court see that he does nothing wrong, nothing that's unconstitutional, then tariffs will go through. So we'll just see what if they say yes or no. So there you go.
Like White House State said, Donald Trump needs a third term to get things done. That's why I'm telling one of
I
my
agree with
coworkers
him.
that he's gonna get a third term because there is no good candidate out here now. Charlie Kirk would have been a good candidate, but you know what happened to him. So I think Trump's gonna end up getting a third term. It looks like it. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And, guys, don't forget to smash that like button or the dislike button. Dislike button. It does help us to get into the algorithm. Moving along to hip-hop. Hip-hop, hip-hop, hip-hop. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of hip-hop news? You muted.
So yeah, so let's talk about Cardi B. So it's been rumors and speculation that she is pregnant, and she did came out on Good Morning America, CBS Mornings with Gayle King, and she announced that she is pregnant with her boyfriend Stephon Diggs, who plays for New England Patriots. So go ahead, I can play the clip of Cardi B, and after that we'll chop it up.
Way with because the rumors on the streets be talking, and so the latest rumor about you is that you are having a baby, and I want to know what, if anything, you want to share about that with the class.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stephon Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And that this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby. Me and my man, we're very supportive of each other. We're like in the same space in our careers, but like in different,
By that, what do you mean by that same space? That you're both doing well? What do you mean?
You know what it is? That I feel like we're really great and one of the best at what we do. And me and him think the same way. Like, it's like, yeah, we're one of the greatest, but what's next? What we doing again? We do it again. We have to do it again all the time. It's not like we're never like comfortable. We just want to keep doing it. And that's just how we both are.
You have a song on your new album. I can't wait for people to hear the new music, but there's a song called Safe.
Yeah.
Is he somebody that makes you feel safe?
Very safe. It both.
Start right away.
Yeah.
With, because the...
Yes, and also Cardi B's planning on going on tour starting February of 2026 after our baby is born. So, like I said, the secret's out. She's pregnant with Stephon Diggs. So, go ahead, Rodney, man. What's your take on it?
Shout out to D. D's in the building. D, I agree with you. It doesn't look good. I think it's not going to end well because due to the fact that she still is currently married to Offset. Their divorce never got finalized. So, therefore, by law, Offset will be the father of that child, even though it's not his, allegedly, because we do not know that for sure. And of course, if I can, could I be wrong? Did they get married in New York City?
No, I think it's Georgia.
Georgia, even
I
worse.
think they got to marry Georgia.
Even worse, by Georgia law, he might have to do a DNA test as well. Even though he's not currently dating Cardi B because they are not currently together. So Cardi B took an L on this one. She should have waited till her divorce is finalized before she end up getting pregnant. I'm just being honest. I think it was a bad move on her part. But right now, currently, Cardi B is still married to Offset. They never got the divorce finalized. She should have waited. So it's not gonna be so good in them two lovebird city. And Offset still got to do a DNA test, even though he haven't been sleeping with her. Go ahead, Akeem.
I want people to think about our mothers and our grandmothers, and we want to think about morals. She just had a baby. She just recently had a baby. I want y'all to think that. It wasn't but a couple months. I don't know if the baby was a couple months before the baby was just born, and she was already moved on. I'm not talking about her. I'm not a woman. I can't tell her what to do with her body, but from a moral standpoint, this just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It's confusing and it doesn't look good on optics. And the problem is, we put such a value on money that morals get thrown out the window. We can't have morals. People would just say, hey, she's rich, she has money, let her do this. I say, but still, at the end of the day, remove the money, she's regular. She would have got crucified at church and in the neighborhood knowing that you just had a baby and you're pregnant with another man's baby. Instead of trying to focus on your kids and trying to reach into another relationship. It just says that you're not healed.
Um, this is moving really fast. This is really fast. I don't know. Like I said, we can see that Cardi B Offset relationship is still kind of bad, as we can say, and everything. So it's I can see a lot of drama, y'all. I don't want that for Cardi, but I just see a lot of drama because we don't know if Steph Diggs Offset is cool like that. We hear that Offset go doing disses at Steph Diggs and everything. So it's just a lot of drama, for the kids, which I hopefully we don't see anything like that. But I just feel like still pregnancy to the baby's born. I just feel like we're gonna see a lot of dramas on the blogs and everything about Offset and Stephon Diggs, kids this, kids that. I hope I'm wrong, but that's how I see it. In next, once the baby's born and everything, if Cardi B could get like I said, could Cardi B can fix the relationship of co-parents who are Offset, okay, cool. But if they don't, a lot of drama. I see a lot of drama.
But the problem with their relationship is, like I said, the divorce is not finalized. That's the only problem. So she still is currently still married on the state of Georgia. I don't know. I can't say on the state of Georgia. I thought it was on the state of New York, but on the state of Georgia, yeah. And Offset could, if he really want to be messy, he can. He could be really messy. He could be really, really messy. So, but let's see how it is. I don't like it. But it's just surprising. Like, celebrities are really human. Because there's some women that's not celebrity are dealing with the same situation Cardi B is facing right now, having another baby while still currently married. Why I say Hakeem is a way of American women.
I can't
Also,
sign up
why
for
I
that.
say he feels so good he's not married to someone like that. Why crazy? Why Hakeem, you was gonna say something? Go ahead before we move on.
No, I say it just doesn't make sense, man. Like people forget wherever thought about, hey, after it doesn't work, you wait a couple years before you jump right back in there. You had a baby. I'm good. If this the way American women is, I'm all right. I don't want nothing to do with that.
D. This could get if Offset want to be petty. Whoo, he could be petty right now. I promise you he can. But he don't want to go through that battle, but legally he gonna have to do a DNA test. Even though I know he's not gonna like that, but legally he gonna have to, which sucks. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to Evelyn Perez that's in the building. She like, we living in a different generation. We all living in a different generation.
Yeah.
And shout out to King Willie. That's all he said. I'm not gonna read that. Moving along to we got other trending. We got other trending to talk about. I can only read that. Go ahead, Jordan. What's going on with Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, so if you guys didn't notice, watch First Takes last there. So Molly Karras is not there. So Molly Karras, he was there Monday, and then announced that Monday night that she's leaving ESPN First Take. At first, reports started coming out, thought she was gonna finish all the way to the end of the year, but she didn't do that. She said, "Deuces, I'm gone," and she separated herself, from ESPN. They said rumors that contract negotiation didn't go so well. She has been there for 10 years, and Monday was her last day, and she's officially out at ESPN. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the first 3 slides, and then after that, we'll chop it up.
Hey, what Malik talking about?
Malik said, do y'all know y'all talking about a woman being pregnant, right? Yes, we know we're talking about a woman being pregnant. We're talking about Cardi B. Yes. We are correct. She is. Yes.
Hey, hold on. Did we disrespect her? Disrespect her, Malik? No, I'm asking him a question. He's saying it like we disrespected her or something.
We're not disrespecting her. I don't care what she do with her
God,
woman.
did we disrespect her?
Moving along. Go ahead.
Hey, Qerim, longtime host for ESPN's First Take, my day job, where she has been the last 10 years. Last night, she abruptly resigned as the host of the show. And to say that I'm quite sad about it is an understatement. Molly is a coworker. Molly is somebody that I have leaned on many occasions in the past, as she has done when it comes to me. We've been partners on the show for the last 10 years. And a lot of times some of these things happen and it's just uncomfortable to see. The details, quite frankly, are none of y'all business. But it's not as if I know all the details. It was a contract negotiation that was going on. ESPN certainly did not want to lose her, but in the end, she made a decision. Miss Molly Qerim, you see from her Instagram post, her Instagram story last night, after much reflection, I've decided it's time to close this incredible chapter and step away from First Take. Hosting this show has been one of the greatest honors of my career. Every morning I had the privilege of sharing the desk with some of the most brilliant, passionate, and entertaining voices in sports, and with all of you, the best fans in the world. To be blunt, it came as a shock. I was not aware that this is something that she was contemplating doing. But in the end, she made her decision. And we have to move on as a show. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. Because I appreciate her and what she has meant to me, what she has meant to the show, what she has meant to the network, what she's meant to the business. And I'm going to miss her. It's just that simple. But we all make decisions that we deem to be in our best interest. You see from her Instagram, that story is for her to tell. Do I have an idea? Of course I do. Am I going to share it with you? No. Because again, that's her story to tell. But I do think it's important that I started off the show by just acknowledging my love and appreciation for her and what she's meant to me and what she's meant to the show. Because over the years, over the last decade or so, the things that we've accomplished, she was right there. And we can talk about me being the star of my daily television show. We can talk about the contributors that have been stars as well. We can even talk about me doing this show right now. It's a hell of a lot easier to have a second job when the first job is made so easy because you're working with somebody that makes it easy for you. And that's what she did for me personally. And so because of that, I just wanted to wish her the best, let her know the love is always here. We've got nothing but love for her. That story is.
Yeah, so Molly, Monday was the last day, and she says, might be looking at other networks she's not working in, but like I said, 10 years she's working there, and she's done in First Take ESPN. So go ahead, Rodney, man, what's your take on it?
That's right, D. We got 127 people watching us right now. Guys, make sure y'all hit that like button or hit the dislike button. It helps us get into the algorithm. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Yeah,
So
man.
Stephen A. Smith. Okay, this is I love Stephen A. Smith. He very blunt, honest, to the real, to the point. Love it. Now, a lot of people are speculating that Stephen A. The reason why Marty left is because her contract negotiation didn't go that well. Because Stephen A. Smith is the one that's getting paid top dollars. They say by the end of this year he will be making $40 million. 40, Hakeem and Jordan, $40 million. They said that's one of the reasons why Shannon Sharp got let go too, allegedly, because the simple fact is they didn't gonna have enough money to pay Shannon Sharp. So I think it's the same thing happened with Molly. Molly didn't pretty much, even though she fit well with the First Take. However, I think the contract negotiation didn't go well, and they give me Stephen A. Smith that bag. To me, at this point, go ahead, let Stephen A. have his own show and let First Take do their thing, because Stephen A. he's the star. He's the star. Just have his own. Just have his own show. His own show. Go ahead, Akeem.
Now, fellas, y'all gonna hear me say this for the first time. If I'm ever give any woman credit, it's mine. That woman deserved to get paid. That woman is an exemplary sports commentator. I've always loved her take. She's been stand up. She's never attacked men, never brought men personal business up. Am I wrong, fellas?
Yeah, it's a sports show. You shouldn't attack men.
No, no, no. But listen here. Listen here. You know that other girl who be attacking, who always bring up black men's business on the front foot. What's that girl with the braids?
You talking about Malika Andrews?
Yes, Malika Andrews. Molly, and mind you, it's sad to say that Molly is a white woman. Molly's a white woman, a beautiful, exemplary white woman who loves and cares. Pay that girl the money. We need to decrease Stephen A. Smith money to pay Molly. We deserve Molly on that show. I love her and I care for her, and I pray she get a better deal next time.
I'll just say it like this, usually when you're a sports moderator, I'm surprised he lasts for 10 years because usually like shows like this, moderators, they usually change at the minimum of 3 to 5 years, because, before Molly, there was a few others and everything. If you looked at Undisputed, there was a few changes there as well. So I'm really surprised she lasted this long. I think she welcomed her stay, thinking, when it comes to ESPN, it's First Take, it's dominated by males and everything. So, being in their room, talk with Stephen A. Smith at the time, Shannon Sharp, Ken Noonan, and everything, experts and players who play in their professional sport and everything, it's hard, for women to, to really voice that. Usually they'll start it off, and after that they'll end it. And so, and I don't know that she wanted be spread out around ESPN, which I think ESPN didn't want her to do that. So she did a good 10 years there. Molly Carroll, she really held it down, but unfortunately, she said her time was to leave. And hopefully in the next few months or next year or so, we'll see her in a different network. If it's not sports, maybe somewhere in the news or something like that. So it won't be the last time we see Mariah Kelly on the television. We'll just see her in a different network, hopefully.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Shout out to Urban North, that's also in the building. That's also Kareem's TV, that's also in the building as well. Urban North said, you guys are booming again. Yes, we are booming again, guys. I think people are tuning in because they want to get ready to, you already know we're getting ready to talk about the accuser of the one who assassinated Charlie Kirk. Go right ahead, Jordan. What's going on with that one? You muted, Jordan.
Oh, I'm sorry. So yesterday, the state of Utah has charged Tyler Robinson, who was the shooter of Charlie Kirk, with aggravated murder, um, which is a charge that if he is guilty, he can go get intent to seek the death penalty if he is guilty. So go ahead, I can play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
The only one in Scott Boney said Shannon Sharp was let go because of sexual assault allegations and was widely reported that when he went on leave, he would not be coming back because it's owned by Disney. He is
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, he is correct. That is true. But also, people are also speculating too. They didn't have enough money to pay Shannon Sharp for this upcoming season when it came to the aspect of the NFL. So that's probably why they let him go as well. But remember, everything we're saying is all speculation. None of this is factual. But what is factual is Stephen A. Smith is getting that bag by the end of this year. $40 million. That's a fact. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Filing a criminal information charging Tyler James Robinson, age 22, with the following crimes. Count 1, aggravated murder, a capital offense, for intentionally or knowingly causing the death of Charlie Kirk under circumstances that created a great risk of death to others. Count 2, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, a first-degree felony. The state is further alleging aggravating factors on counts 1 and 2 because the defendant is believed to have targeted Charlie Kirk based on Charlie Kirk's political expression and did so knowing that children were present and would witness the homicide. The state is also charging, I am filing a criminal information shooting. Count 5, witness tampering, a third-degree felony, for directing his roommate to delete his incriminating texts. Count 6, witness tampering, a third-degree felony, for directing his roommate to stay silent if police questioned him. And count 7, commission of a violent offense in the presence of a child, a Class A misdemeanor, for committing homicide knowing that children were present and may have seen or heard the murder and did so based on Charlie Kirk's political expression. Also, following the press conference, I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. I do not take this decision lightly, and it is a decision I have made independently. Shooting.
Yes, so there you have it, aggravated murder, which is, the big one where he might seek the death penalty. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. We heard from the prosecutor, the state prosecutor. So did he get this right?
Now I understand how America law, especially when it comes to the justice system, that you are innocent until proven guilty. But if you already been proven, and all the evidence is pointing towards you, why the hell do you need to go to trial? Just go ahead and just give him the death penalty. Get him out of here. This is the one thing I don't like about when it comes to aspect of American law. Like, they always want to go to the legal process and wait months and months and months and months and months before they even get a verdict. No, if you know the man is guilty, get him out of here. Delete him. Because that's the only way people will learn. Because now, guess what? People are like, okay, the American system is, if I do something wrong, I just go to trial, wait a couple of years, then I get the death penalty. But if they do something like this, quick and get in the process quick and get it out of here, people will learn and they'll know, okay, we can't be doing stuff like that. But it seemed like with this process here, it's gonna be an ongoing journey. Same thing what happened with that guy named Luigi over there in New York. Same thing. Go ahead, Akeem.
Man, I think our beloved Utah got this right. I just need this to be swift, need to be quick. I want America to learn. You can't take matters into your own hands just because person have a wrong political views. You can't get emotional. You know what I mean? You have to understand conflict resolution. And a lot of people are very one-sided about these things, and they want things to go their way, and they want to determine what information is what it is. Information is information. People got opinions. Your opinion might be bigotry, and you're on the left or the right. The man had a right to speak, but he did not have a right to get unalived. That's the point. He should have been able to spew hate all over the place and spew his political rhetoric and his right wing extremist ideas. We have a right to speak. I support the freedom of speech. I don't support you unaliving somebody. And I want people to get that straight. Regardless if you a Christian nationalist or a liberal fanatic. I'll land right there.
Yeah, I hope hopefully for this, since you've been charged with aggravated murder and everything, I just hope that it shows to everybody else who want to do some heinous stuff like this or trying to, as we come to political violence, try to take somebody out and everything. Like, yo, if you do this, you're going to get you're going to get either life in prison, or you will get the death penalty. Majority, not all 50 states don't have the death penalty. I wish something like this would be a federal crime, a federal aggravated assault, which I hopefully, and then if you see something like this when it comes to political stuff, I think this should go beyond and be federal, like aggravated assault and stuff like this. So yeah, when I saw the video, man, it was just very wow, like horrifying type of clip you want to see when somebody try to take you out, with a rifle and everything. So, yeah, man. So, unfortunately, right, Ronnie. We gotta wait for months and months until he gets guilty and everything. But it's one step closer to him, getting the death penalty, and it just shows to anybody who want to do stuff like this. This is what you're gonna get: serious charges on you, which they could go to the death penalty or life in prison.
So
Yeah,
also too,
go ahead, Hakeem. Go ahead.
remember, if he gets the death penalty, he's still gonna have to be. They're still gonna keep him alive for 20 years before they execute.
Damn,
Yeah,
for
that's
real?
what I'm trying to tell you. They're gonna keep him alive, and which is
For 20 years. Go Google it.
taxpayers' dollars, where this
I
man's
believe
supposed to
you.
be executed. Huh?
That's for the state of Utah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the death penalty is not as quick and swiftly like it is, but because of this is so much of a media attention, and of course President Trump and also DJ Vance are pushing for this man to be deleted, I think it's gonna happen quick. It's not gonna be 20 years. I think it's gonna be soon he found guilty. This is gonna go ahead and get it over with, because that's the only way people learn that hey, you can't go around assassinating people or try to have some form of attempt on these politicians' lives. Right now, politicians are being threatened all over the place in a higher level than ever before.
So look, I just looked it up. As of time on death row, as of September 2025, the average time served inmates currently on death row is 33 years. And this is more than twice the national average, around 15 years. I just Googled it right now. It's 34 years before they execute you.
Mr. Pepper, the one we're talking about is we talking about Charlie Kirk, the leader.
Yeah.
Taylor
Robinson.
Taylor Robinson, and people say he also had a dark past where he's very strong left wing extremist. They're calling him, so they're trying to put a stop to it. That type of ideology and that type of extremist. So I think right now, like I told on the last show, we talked about our freedom of speech is being attacked. That's my personal point of view. So we have to fight for that, to have our freedom of speech be stand and firm. Moving along to other trending news, Jordan, what's going on with Cameron and Mace?
Yeah. So actually yesterday. Yeah, I think this happened yesterday. So Cameron had Adrian Boner at the Is What It Is podcast, and Adrian Boner was kind of overly flirted with the moderator. And Cam was trying to tell us like, yo, man, don't do that, because she has a boyfriend. I guess he's in agreement and everything. And he kept on, kept on doing it again, flirting with her. And then Cameron said, hey, man, I'll give you money. I gotta kick you out because you're doing too much. He's really doing too much because you kind of disrespected the podcast and you disrespected the moderator's boyfriend because he's in the back. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
good in person.
Thank you.
For
I
real.
appreciate that.
Hey,
what you waste that? I love you. What a guy. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Arabia, is that a real background?
Hey, Stat, can you stop
Yes.
Can you stop smiling? You.
Arabia is.
nah, yo, bro, some G, yo, bro, some G shit. We got a my boyfriend here, yo.
Oh, shit.
I told you that.
My bad.
Nah, like it's all like. Okay, we can move on to football then.
Stat. Oh my God.
Yo, Stat, let's do the football. I guess that answered the question about Floyd. When I see you taking off some time,
I'm mesmerized by Stat.
This nigga here, bro.
I did not know you looked that good in person. My bad, bro. You're amazing.
All right, hey, we gonna have to ask you to go, my nigga. I mean, I have to ask you to go, man. I'm gonna pay you for your time, for being here. I appreciate you. I love you, my nigga.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you. But I'm gonna pay you for your time. But you can't violate, bro. I told you that.
I'm not, though. I'm not.
Nah, I told you niggas boyfriends in here. You know me with my brother.
Oh, shit, my bad, bro. My bad.
Nah. But I appreciate your time.
It's me.
Well, if you want to wait for us outside, you could. But I'm not gonna sit in and not value your time neither. You want to wait for me? You could, but I appreciate it, bro. You gotta jump out. Yeah, no problem.
Good in person.
Thank you.
Yeah, so there you have it. So I'll pass to you, Ronnie. Was Cameron did the right thing by kicking him out the podcast?
Yes. Cameron, shout out to Cameron, 100%. He was right all across the board. That guy was very out of pocket. I don't care who you is. You don't want to make your host feel uncomfortable, especially when her boyfriend is there present. So a lot of people are speculating that pretty much he was trying to put his bid in. But, even though she is a gorgeous woman, but it's a time and place for everything. Cameron did a good thing. And I think more men that if you all with a female host need to stand up if you see like a man is doing way too much. He was doing way too much, and it was uncalled for. They was there to talk about sports and other things. Why you trying to flirt? Now you wait till after the show and do what you got to do. But right now during the show, keep everything respectful. And he already asked him several times, and he kept doing so. Hey, you got to get up on out of here. Cameron did a good thing. Shout out to him. Go ahead.
If they say black men don't stand up for black women, I need y'all to shut up. This is what we do when real men come into play. Cameron stood on business. He didn't care. He was a boxer. He didn't care. He did nothing. Hey, man, the girl boyfriend here, you can't keep this. He said, that's my sister. Jewel, dip. Cameron, set. Dip, set. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. I don't know what's wrong with Adrian Barton. Look like he might have been drunk or something like that. But Cam did his thing, y'all. He kept pressing her, and Cam was being nice. He did it multiple times, still didn't listen. So Cam, you did the right thing, man. And Hakeem is right. It just shows that when it comes to protecting a black woman, especially if somebody's working with you, that's what you're supposed to do. So shout out to Cam, man. It shows him, man, he's a real man, also as a businessman as well.
Yeah, that was a shout out to Cam, 100%. Shout out to Sugar Mom's also big. In the building, she said Adrian actually seemed drunk or high to me. Yeah, it looked like he was out of it. It looked like he was really, really out of it.
But that's no excuse to be disrespecting a woman. This is why women don't even want us to come compliment them because of weird shit like that. You keep complimenting a girl and people obviously know she was uncomfortable. She kept smiling. That's the first sign of being uncomfortable. Come on,
she's not interested. If you're not interested, you're not interested. Keep it moving.
Yeah, fall back, bro. You that thirsty? Come on, man.
Moving along to other trending news. So this is an update when it came to aspect of remember the black boy that was hanging on the tree. So Jordan, go ahead. What's going on with that story?
Yeah, so we got two things. So we do have so there's still the family is demanding answers for why he was home by the tree, and so there's the family's asking, and also the lawyers asking against this people. Also, there was a second man in Mississippi was found hanging from the tree, similar from Trey Reed, where he was hanging from the tree in a different city, but in the state of Mississippi, not too far from each other. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the second man one, and after that, play the Trey Reed of his family demanding answers.
This one right here?
Yes. He's saying yes.
Yes, play that
5-year-old Corey Zucadis from Brandon. He was believed to be homeless, and one of his peers found him hanging from a tree.
He was homeless, but that particular area over there has become somewhat of a haven for homeless people. We also understand that the reason he was in Vicksburg, he's actually from Brandon, but the reason he was in Vicksburg is because he had recently participated in the River Rescue Mission, a part of their dependency program. Now, other than that, that's all we know. Again, our hearts and sympathy go out to the family. But we did make that death notification, and they are aware of it. They were aware that he was homeless. And it's just something that, another one of those things that we have to deal with, not only in the city of Vicksburg, but in the state of Mississippi.
Investigators detect no foul play with the death of Zucadis. His body was sent to the state crime lab for further examination. His 35-year-old.
Delta State University, with your false narrative, you need to proceed with caution because there will be consequences for this.
Hattiesburg, Mississippi attorney Vanessa Jones speaking out Tuesday as family of 21-year-old Demartravian Trey Reed listened quietly in the Grenada church Reed attended. The freshman at Delta State University found dead Monday morning hanging from a tree on campus. Monday, just hours after Reed was found, the university announced,
"At this time, there's no evidence of foul play."
Reed's family outraged after Bolivar County Coroner Randolph Seals Jr. issued this statement, quote, "Based on the preliminary examination, we can confirm that the deceased did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with an assault. At this time, there is no evidence to suggest the individual was physically attacked before his death," end quote. Attorney Jones says DSU is leaving the Reed family in the dark.
We need answers. As of this point, the family of Trey Reed has not even received a phone call from the president of Delta State University and to tell them exactly what happened to their child that they entrusted to Delta State University.
Jones says the truth of what happened Monday should be easy to find.
Because if this young man was on the campus of Delta State University with all these cameras and all this modern technology, from the moment he left his dorm room or entered that campus, there should be surveillance of all of his actions. And that's what we want.
Monday just
So yeah, man. So even though the cities are kind of they're kind of far apart, I'll say about 50 miles per part and everything, but with there's the hangings and everything, it does have similarities, but we definitely go find the details of Trey Reed and also the homeless man who was found up with this hanging on the tree. So start with you, Roddy. What do you make with this, or you just found this a coincidence?
No, I thought it was coming. Cause remember I was saying that when the story first broke and we talked about it when it came to Trey Reed and the aspect of they got cameras on these campuses. They would have immediately got the information and gave it out to the family members. Now, I don't think you want to give it to the media outlet. That's fine, but at least for the family's sake, let them know exactly what happened. If he did it himself, is it self-inflicted wound like they stated? Show them the footage. Now, I understand they are going through an investigation, doing an investigation process. It does take it might take months or even days. We get that. But for the family's sake, they just want to know the answer. Hey, was this foul play? Even though you saying this self-inflicting wound, but let's say someone did do it. Let the family know, because right now they're grieving and they're not getting the answer they're looking for. And like she said, that not even the university president reached out to her and told her, hey, our condolences and stuff like that. But it just shows you that people really don't care. And now with the other story with the other gentleman, I was telling Hakeem and you guys last time we talked about this with Trey. We still live in a society where they're still lynching. I can't believe it. I don't even want to talk about it. But this is the world we're living in. On these slowdown or whatever, sundown town they call it. It's ridiculous. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Yes. I want to answer Waha's question. Yes, Vicksburg is a strategic, vital town for the Union Navy during the Civil War, during its location on the Mississippi River. I wanted to answer that for Waha. Now, I also want to come and say something. Mississippi is a state full of killers. It's a state full of killers. Mississippi done killed more black people than cancer. And we need to realize that and understand that. That's why best thing we can do, the lynching and the hanging ain't gonna never stop. I advise every black person and half white, half black to move out of Mississippi. We should bankrupt the economy. Don't buy nothing, no watermelons, no hogs, no fishes, no nothing. I think we should not send no federal aid to Mississippi. And that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I hope Mississippi gets sunk under the water. Like boats. And I'll land right there.
For me, I got a different take. It's borderline, but if you find like another person that's who was found deleted with the hanging from a tree because it was a black kid and he had a white person. There's a third one's come out. I'll just say this, gentlemen, we might have a serial killer on our hands in Mississippi because we have something like this. If it keeps going. If we do feel like a third person, we ain't had something like this since I can remember since the DC sniper shooting, something like that. So for me, like I say, it's sad to see stuff like this, but we feel like if there's a third person come out, I think we got a serial killer in Hanson, Mississippi. And if that's the case, Mississippi be on high alert because it's, living in that area, we feel like a serial killer's on loose in the state of Mississippi. That would feel bad. So for me, I think it might be my serial killer, but we'll see. Hopefully, both the killer of the homeless guy and also the Trey Reed that they can be found in that area, do some deep find out who the person is. But yeah, man, hopefully it's not a serial killer type of thing.
Yep. Last topic on today's show. So Jordan, what's going on with Michigan trying to ban corn?
Yeah, so Michigan lawmakers are trying to ban, sexually explicit videos, and they're trying to put in a plan to make it statewide. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Michigan Congresswoman Haley Stevens is calling for Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to resign.
Stevens, who is running for the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate next year, blasted Kennedy today for cutting federal funding for medical research, including cancer studies and vaccine development. Now, in a statement to Fox 2, she said, quote, "Enough is enough. RFK Jr. is creating chaos and turning away from science at a time when Michiganders need real leadership and real answers." Kennedy has denied abandoning life-saving research, and President Trump has defended his decisions, but he is facing, including a letter signed by more than 1,000 current and former HHS employees calling on him to step down.
GOP lawmakers in Lansing taking on porn.
So the legislation aims to ban it outright here in Michigan. Fox News' Jessica Dupnack is live in Southfield. She spoke to a Maine lawmaker behind the bill. Jess.
Yeah, so the sponsors of this bill, and there's about a half dozen of them, they envision it kind of going like this. You would pick up your phone or go on your tablet and type in porn into your search engine or other similar words, and it simply just wouldn't come up. Similar to other words that are banned by search engines, things that you would potentially be able to find on the dark web. Now, if this were to pass, according to the bill itself, it would prohibit the distribution of real, animated, digitally generated, written or auditory depictions of sexual acts. The bill's sponsor is State Rep Josh Shriver. He's a Republican who represents northern Oakland County. That includes Oxford. Now, he tells me earlier today when we spoke that porn leads to decay in society. It leads to failing marriages and is actually linked to human trafficking.
There's a degree to which our children are being sex trafficked with their phones. They're being wrapped up into the sex trafficking industry by the people who are creating this material to create the addiction. For what? For money. It's plummeting our entire society down the hole. It's suicidal, it's a cancer, and it has to be eradicated immediately.
Now, this bill was introduced last week, so it is definitely not a done deal, but there are some serious penalties. So if it were to pass, if you were to distribute or make pornography, you could face up to 20 years in prison and up to a $100,000 fine. Now, the representative you heard from there, Representative Josh Shriver, he was at no shortage of words when we spoke about this topic earlier. He said he's been championing this movement for a couple of months, and he says it's really about protecting children. We'll get into that more at 11 on The Edge. For now, reporting live, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
It's interesting, though. Who would he have regulate and monitor that? I mean, that would be very hard to do because it's not just limited to Michigan, and it's on your phones.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And then you get into the nitty gritty of if it's something personal on your phone, could someone potentially turn you in for that? So that's a really good point, Taryn. Implementing something and having it pass, they're two different things. Right. Now, he tells me that he's got a lot of support. There's about a half dozen sponsors on the bill now, and apparently other Republicans want to jump on this one. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I understand. We'd be the first state if this did.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that would definitely be complicated. But go ahead, Running Man. Are you for Michigan trying to ban corn?
Even though it's a good idea, but it's not going to work. I'm just being honest, it's not going to work because it's going to be very, very hard to regulate it. This is the reason why. Because remember, right now on X, they got corn. So Facebook, they got corn. Instagram, they got corn. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. It's going to be very, very hard for them to regulate this. Now, I would say it's a good idea, but would it get passed through? No, because see, even some of these politicians have corn addiction. The corn addiction is like the #1 addiction in the United States. Second, that is gambling. Third is alcoholism. So all of that plays a part. So, you know, it's sad to say, but we live in a society today that people live and breathe off corn. Go ahead, I can.
This is a lot has to do with Christian fundamentalism and people projecting their Christian ideologies. This is not going to pass. A lot of people want to choke their winger, and you're going to stop them from doing that? Nah, I don't see it happen. I just see people trying to control people when they shouldn't be.
Yeah, when it comes to the industry, it makes billions and billions of dollars. If you want to go to another, yeah. So if you want to, let's start with the OnlyFans, a site where you can do things or you can do sexual things when it comes to our OnlyFans. If they block this out, it's a lot of people that might does OnlyFans. They're definitely gonna move to a different type of status and things like that. So, yeah, I don't see this happening. I believe some politicians in Michigan, they don't want to have us. It's like I said, it's too much money into this. There's no way they're gonna ban this in statewide. if Michigan, if some people make some money out of this, especially here in Michigan, ain't no way. It's too addictive, like Ronnie said. It's most supposed addictive things in the world. There's no way. When it comes to money, no way. I can't see this happening.
And you gotta keep it in mind too, the dark web. And why high shout out to No Chase that's hosting the building. Why high say Rona is banned in Texas already. Rona is not banned. All you need to do in Texas, you still need to do a verification. You are able to log into the coin hub. So it's not banned. Now I'm trying to tell you, it's hard to get rid of it because like Jordan stated, it's on OnlyFans, they're making billions and billions of dollars off of it. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. But there was a good win for Michigan. I think it's a great idea, but I don't see it happening, especially not in our lifetime. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click on, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to the 127 people that are watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Shout out to No Chaser. Shout out to Wild High. Shout out to Rube, that was also in the building. Pumper, also in the building. Shout out to you, Qerim Stevens, Urban Noise. Pablo was also in the building. D was also in the building. Evelyn, shout out to you. Also in the building. You know, shout out to King. Willie was also in the building. Shout out to Shay Shay right now watching us on Instagram. Shout out to Dark Lake also watching us on Instagram. Shout out to Tony watching us on YouTube, on me on TikTok. Shout out to all you guys, man. You guys are really supporting the platform. We really do greatly appreciate you guys. Guys, make sure you hit that like button or hit that dislike button if you didn't like the show. We really do greatly appreciate it because at the end of the day, it helps us in the algorithm. Not only that, but keep on the engagement. We love it, we love it, love it. And we love to see all new faces. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, guys. It's also very important you go to KL Culture Radio description. In the description where you can find the KL Culture Radio store, where we have the KL Culture Radio merch, the hat, the t-shirt, and also you can see it on the screen right there, right in your eye. You will see a coffee mug. You click it, you click on it, and lead you guys right over to the KL Culture Radio store where you get the merch. Make sure you go to KL Culture Radio community post where we leave important information when we drop videos, and also President King book, Raising Kings, Black Love, and also his album as well, too, that's out now, and he's working on another album, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for supporting the platform. You know, yesterday we didn't go live. We had something important that came up, but we will be live tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you have your notification bell on. Thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio on this Wednesday evening. We over and out.